Good evening, folks. Starting out here, just over here at Wine River, I was picking up some bait and tackle, but I have at last acquired a carp-capable telescopic rod. So tonight we are going to take my very first trip to Amber Lake. I'm going to grab some free food here. Oh, I guess I've already eaten today. Figured I'd get some free food before I went over there, but that's all right. So, without any further ado, let's head over to Amber and learn this. Ooh, I didn't expect the travel rate to be that expensive. You're cutting it close. Need an add-on. Well, apparently I need to install it, but I just have to say yes. Weird. All right, so here we are at Amber Lake. How much money do I have left? 23. Okay, so hopefully that's enough to buy the map. Let's see, administration building. That's our very first stop we need to make. Let's learn where. So we've got the cafe here. Hey, Hiko. I can't use bait fish yet. No, I'm at, where am I at on float fishing? I'm at 66.3. Getting close to pop-up rigs, which will be nice, but still a little ways away from bait fish. Appreciate the offer, though. So we got a tackle store, workshop. Let's see. One of you must be the administration building. Nice looking little town, though. Got a nice little nighttime ambiance here. So, those of you that have been following lately at Seversky Donitz, the Black Sea Shamaya seem to have dried up at the dock. They were amazing yesterday. I was getting weekly records left and right. I got a regional and a water body record yesterday. So that was good. But today it's just been nothing but Sichel. So it seems to have slowed down. All right, here we go. We've got our map. So we've got like a big pond here, which is probably an interesting place to do some fishing. But from what I've seen on Canadians' videos, it looked like, was it this little nook here or this spot here that's been active lately? Oh, you're at Amber 2, Hiko? Well, there we go. We'll be fishing next to each other in spirit. Any special buildings in here? Looks like it's just decor. The 2-hole. See. Right here? Okay. That's pretty neat. The midnight and somewhere there's a bell tower ringing bells. That's pretty cool. I like that they have that in there. I got a special tackle shop here for Zyman things. I guess it's probably got, I'm assuming these are cheaper than you'd get them at other places. Off the island. Here? I guess I'll figure out from the, you got the coordinates there, 81, 100, so I'll find my way there. Just checking a little bit of a town out here. Looks like that's most of what there was to see. All right, so 81, 100. We got a nice little fountain. Now, can you fish in the fountain? That's what I want to know. Probably not. I'm just going to pull a little move action here. Confirmed, cannot fish in the fountain. That's a shame. If only. See, that's where they could have had a little Easter egg. You could fish in there and catch like a portion of a silver. Be pretty fun. I guess also let's see, where are these buildings? We've got a rental store, so I guess this is for the ATV to get around the lake quicker, which right now we're a little stretched for cash. And here's the fish market, so that's going to be good to know. All right, so we're going to 81, 100. So north is going to be counting, yes, it's going to be south of here. And then this is going down. So I'm guessing it's like out this way. So let's go ahead and go around this little pond here. So I saw your Norwegian Sea video went up. Canadian, you still fishing out there right now, or are you back to one of the other haunts? Grassy area to the left of the bridge. Okay. 100. Getting that Vango reel. Very nice. All right, 81, 81. A little further out, so I guess out off of this peninsula here. So I've got 2 bottom rigs set up. I don't have carp hair rigs unlocked quite yet, or not carp hair, the pop-up rigs unlocked just yet for my float or feeder fishing. Both are very close, especially the bottom fishing here. But I am using the snowman rig, which is close enough, and then I've got a sinking boilie set up for a regular carp hair rig on the telescopic. So we'll see how it does. All right, 81. Right here-ish, so I guess I need to go further. Is the spot? Okay, right here in this grass. All right, let's see what we can. So should I cast like just out past the grass here? And I guess let me get the let's get a clip set up and let's get some. Oh, I guess what's going on with my rig? Oh, this is where if I have a PVA sticker stringer, that's what that was. Okay, don't have that, so 20 clip. All right, so I can definitely get that with the feeder rods. We'll see how far I can get out with the telescopic, but let's get some lines in the water. Go. 20 clip on here. And I need to go ahead and set these friction brakes up a bit. Go ahead and grab the other one and fix that as well. Try 132, 147. Well, I'll try keeping them all in the same area for now. Let's see, edge of G4 and H4, like right here, basically. Okay, so I'll stick out here for a little bit, and if we don't have any luck, I'll head up that way, see what we can do. Oh, I guess I need to check the depth as well. Doesn't seem to be terribly. Oop. All right, we got our first fish here. What do we got? First fish of the night. First fish for me at Amber Lake. And bait-wise, I'm using sinking boilies of mussel, pop-up boilies of octopus, and then a mussel dip. A little common carp for our first fish here. Not too bad. And then on the telescopic, right now, I've just got the sinking boilie with the dip. Maybe I'll get lucky and we'll hit 70% on the telescopic. I may need to get a glow-in-the-dark float to help visibility out. Let's see, ground bait. I've got some generic ground bait or carp bait I can go ahead and throw out there. Let me pull that out. Toss some of these bad boys out here. Quality 9 is whatever the default generic carp bait recipe is. I don't even remember, it's been so long. And my float may actually, I may need to adjust this depth a little bit. Let's see. Because it looks like it's sticking up out of the water a bit. Let me try. We're at 1.3. Let's. This whole sinker system looks weird. Let's try bringing it down to 1.10. Well, appreciate the bits there, Canadian. Show setup for the float will do. So I've got the Silverfish Falcon TL here. Thanks again for the bits there, Canadian. Got the 8-meter Falcon TL, which is a 21.8 kilo max capacity. I've got the 19.1 kilo Snake Ultraline. Eventually, I'll probably see if I can get something a little closer to 21 kilo for the line. Got an 18.1 kilo leader, size 4 hook right now, just because I don't want to risk a size 1 just yet because I'm still learning how to use the carp stuff. Let's see, do I have any 21 kilo leaders? I do not. But yeah, that's something I'll definitely upgrade to at some point. Then I've got the Mussels and Fruits 16 sinking boilie and the Mussel Dip 4, since I'm using a carp hair rig right now since I can't use pop-up just yet. All right, that looks a little bit, oh, okay, this bobber may be too small for this setup. All right, was not expecting that. Don't think I have a larger bobber for it either. No. It's one of the 4-gram ones. In-game name is the same as this, Cretinous. Oh, I appreciate that. Appreciate that as well, Canadian. I'll let you know. Hopefully we should be good here. Let's go on with this one. Yeah, I guess it's going to need like I don't even know what size would be. I've stuck to small floats for so long. Haven't invested in anything larger than a 4-gram. All right, here we go. Awesome, appreciate that, Sticks. Let's go ahead and get that on here and see what we can do. All right, so my current depth is at 1.1 meters. So let's see if that looks good. Man, that's still too heavy. Is it my sinker weight? Maybe can I adjust that on here? No, not. I don't see anywhere I can. It's automatic. Huh? You need like a full-on waggler float for this? It's interesting. Anyone have any ideas? Okay, let me read the description of that rig. Let's see. Base of sinkers, leader to the bottom. Sees the way the float is necessary to set the flow to the depths of the antenna. Okay, so I guess I need so the depth I'm setting is actually too shallow still. That's what's going on. Okay, so it needs to go. Let's try see if this brings us. So it actually, I guess the depth setting with this type of rig is opposite. You want set deeper, and that's going to bring it closer to the top. All right, so that's too deep. Okay. So let's try 1.6 maybe. Okay, so it includes the leader as well. Okay, it's good to know. What is the length of this leader? This leader is, yes, 25 centimeters, so it's going to be at least that. But it seems like this area is pretty shallow. So let's try 1.3. That looks about right. Does that feel like it's sticking out too far, or does that look just right? I haven't used one of these super tall floats, so I'm not sure how they're supposed to look in the right depth. Lower by another 10. Okay. The 1.2. All right, that's okay. So let's go back up to 1.25. Yeah. It seems like 1.3 is probably right where we want it then. Nope, nope, still deeping. Oh, it'll rise when it touches the bottom. Okay. So it's gonna, I see. So it's basically it's going to sink. It's taking the whole thing down and settling at the bottom of the water and then floating back to the top. Okay. All right. Looks like it's still probably not quite long enough. So bring up to. Oh, got something on line 2 again. All right, fish number 2 here is going to be a little common carp. All right, so let's try 1.45. All right, so that seems to be a decent depth for it. Learn as we go here. Yeah, I wish there was an easier way to tell like the exact depth of things, especially in, like you can assume like here it's about 1 meter, but can't quite tell where the slopes are. I have to do a little bit of trial and error, but see what we can get on here. I know from what I've watched, I did watch a couple videos of people doing carp fishing with telescopic, and it seems like the strategy when you get an especially large one is to sort of go back and forth where you hold in to bring the reel up while stepping towards the fish, and then let go and step back to once it gets to the top of the water and just kind of bounce back and forth to bring it in that way so it doesn't overstress the pole. So haven't quite had to experience it yet. The biggest thing I've caught on this new rod yet, I did a little bit of practice with it at Oldberg, but the grass carp weren't biting very heavy. I got like a 10.2 kilo grass carp on there. Nothing big. I'll take a trophy common, slap it with the old telescopic rod. There's a marker rod. Oh, there is a marker rod? Huh, I didn't even know there was one of those. Tension high, walk forward till you lift the rod all the way up. Okay, so then once, I guess, all right, so once you get the rod all the way up, then you can stop the, then you can just sort of walk back and drag them across the top of the water to onto the land. Makes sense. Be a bit of a relaxing change of pace from all the triple telescopic fishing I've been doing on Seversky lately. Yeah, I just started, like, I did a lot of like random telescopic fishing early on when I was doing sort of like this. I'd have 2 bottom rods out and I would use a telescopic to catch like bleak and things like that for orders. But I started trying telescopic much more the last couple of weeks in Seversky, and I'm loving the style of it. So I definitely plan on investing more into this, trying to get some better ultralight rods, all that good stuff. I'm actually regretting now in skill wise, I put 3 points into Bolognese rods, thinking that bolo float setups were kind of what you needed to do. So I regret putting those points in, but I've still got my free point reset, so at some point down the road, that'll be fixed. Down to 86-ish, maybe a few meters away. Okay, let's get a spot where that is here. 86 could be like right here-ish. Okay, where these like lily pads and stuff are. Were you casting like out towards this grass, or were you casting straight out from here? He goes at the docks at 4133. Straight out? Okay. Let's go ahead and try that spot. This spot's not doing a whole heck of a lot here. One day I'll figure it out, and I will pull in a Greenland shark on a telescopic. Oh, you can climb a tree. That's pretty neat. But can you fish from the top of the tree? Always got to remember when I set up new reels on these to bring the retrieval speed up. Tuna boilies and squid. Yeah, I mean so this one, I mean, we caught a couple common carps already. It may not be optimal, but see what we can do. So we've got let's see, send me the smart tuna pop up. All right, I'll swap these around. Let's see, smart tuna and there we go. 12 and 16. 83 is a trophy spot. Okay. I don't know if I'm ready for trophy just yet. Probably want to go for like bite rate, but. All right, and then the last thing here, we've got squid fish mix. All right, appreciate those, Canadian. Let's go ahead and change those setups out here. We got tuna pop up. There we go. And squid and fish mix. The wonderful smells of carp fishing. At least we don't have to deal with that part of carp fishing with Russian Fishing 4. All right, so let me go ahead and cast these out. So basically just straight out from here, same thing, 20-meter clip, Canadian. 86 is where you were, so let's try right here. At least I won't have the tall grass obscuring my view of the float now. Use mussel instead of oysters. Okay, let me check that. Mussels, oysters. Have any? Yeah, got mussels and fruits on here. Got the tuna. Got the pale squid and fish. All right. And same thing on here. We'll change these to the, what is this? Change the mount type here to, I guess there's only pellet and sinking available for me on that. So I guess I'm just going to stick with the mussels and fruit here, but I'll change to the squid and fish mix. See what we can pull off. All right, so looks like we need to set it a little bit deeper here, probably. Give it a second to see if it floats back up. No. Okay, so let's bring up the depth a bit more. Yeah, unfortunately, getting the this rod, the line, all the new bait and everything used up all. I had about 3,900, 4,000 silver earlier, all gone. A little bit deeper again. Let's try 1.75. Yeah, I gotta figure out like how to get a far cast with these without doing the whole like hitting the max length and then snapping back and becoming a shorter cast. I haven't quite mastered that yet. Go all the way to 2 meters. If you go like, yeah, if you go all the way charged up, it'll snap back like that. I have to go to 132 and a little dirt path goes out. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. This looks like we need to bring it down just a bit from here. Let's try 1.9 meters. It's not perfect, but it might work. Carp are big enough, it should move the float. Get these lines tightened up so that the bite alarms work. And is Amber more of a daytime carp place or nighttime carp? Got a little bit of pickled action here. Morning's most productive time. Okay, so we're I guess we're late morning right now. See how this area does. If we get to like 3 or 4 and we haven't gotten bites on any of these, and I'll try that other spot you're mentioning, which was you said that was rolling up to find that again. 86 is where I'm at. There's a spot that was like G8 and H4, so I guess like down here from this little peninsula is where you were mentioning to try if this area's not doing much. Okay. Now, would using a traditional bait like diced potatoes or something along those lines work here? Because I do have the points in fixed float that I could try using if we're not having a lot of luck with the carp hair rig. That's what I was using at Old Burr when I got the grass carp. Dirt pit goes out. Okay. Okay, so I might if we don't have much luck, I might try switching to potatoes and see if I can get something more out of that, since I do have the points in that rig to allow for it. But we'll stick with the carp hair rig for now. Guess while I'm waiting, I might as well gather some more bait. Hey, that's a good chunk of red worm there. Yeah, I was killing it at Seversky yesterday. It was just a ton of Shemaya. Got a regional record Shemaya. Got an insane amount of different weeklies. I got a body water record bleak. But when I went out there today, it's just nothing but Citrus. Yeah, spot rod is that's at like 80% float fishing, right? Or not float, bottom fishing. Yeah, so I'm a little ways away from there, but we'll get there eventually. Cornmeal porridge and honey dough. Okay, so I might try swapping to that. Oh, that's okay. You're saying like a sandwich bait mix of that. Okay. Yeah, I still can't quite make use of that. Let me go ahead and throw some ground bait out here. See if that helps things out a bit. Which I did buy some stuff to make some more bait harvesting skill ups once we get into happy hour. Use artificial corn. Okay, I think think corn can be done on the rig I've got. I'm not 100% sure. Let me throw it on one of these to check. Does the carp hair rig let you use one with corn? I guess it's just pellets and sinking boys, so I can't do that yet. I can do it on the feeder rods though. Yeah, you know, it's kind of similar with Bear Lake. Is it's one of those situations where a slight difference in the rig setup can make the difference between catching a lot of fish and catching no fish. It must, I guess, because I had that same issue one time at Bear Lake. I had someone give me their exact setup, except that they were using the pop-up rig, which I didn't have access to. So I used Snowman rig, and they were catching fish left and right, exact same spot. I couldn't catch anything. All right, let's go ahead and I guess pack up and go over here and try this spot out. See if we have better luck over there. And I might try switching on the telescopic to a just potato setup and see if we can't pull something out that way. I really wish that bottom rods would just default to retrieval speed 50. There's never any reason not to have it at 50. Oh, okay, yeah, let me do that for you here. Go ahead and yeah, go ahead and put the link in, and then when you do it, I'll go ahead and approve that. I think my mods are on right now. Appreciate that. All right, it's RF4 info. Okay, let's see. So I can go to okay. So I see. I'll have to learn how to use this site, but I've got it pulled up on my. Oh, no problem. I know I've seen like another site too that just had like a map where you could move the cursor around and see the coordinates, but for some reason ever since I saw that one, I haven't been able to find it again. I don't know if maybe it is that same site. Look at that here. Let's see. All the way around. Wish I had some more silver. I would have written that ATV, but all in due time. I really didn't realize that Amber Lake would cost so much to travel to. I was figuring it'd be like a 15, 20 silver travel fee. Probably would have held off on getting one of the pop-ups or something if I'd realized that. Long trek. Well, plenty of nice scenery to take in while we have a little brisk jog here. So aside from carp, what else do we have on this lake that's good to go after for cafe orders and stuff? Anything in particular? Just carp? All right. Nothing wrong with that. I think Ladoga's got some good flow fishing spots too, correct? We got a little fallen tree here. All right. I guess these are our kilometer markers for the trail. Here's some bees. We'll just wander off the trail here. All right, so we got a boat dock here. Interesting. The signs are pegs, okay. All right, so this is about where you were mentioning Canadian rights, I guess like right through here probably. All right, so we got some lily pads here, fairly deep right away. Okay, so let me go right here, I guess. And a suggestion for the clip over the lilies. Okay. Keeping it the clip at 20, I assume. Depth per float is going to be 1.9 plus the leader size of 25. Okay, so we'll get up to 215. And it's up to 215 here. There we go. All right. Yep. Okay, so sticking up just enough above the water to see. Go ahead and tighten these lines up a little bit. All right, let's see how this area does for us. Increase a bit more. Okay, so maybe go up to like 220 maybe. Probably need to go just a slight bit more. Let's go up to like 228 maybe. Just so 223. There we go. Let's try that. There we go. Go ahead and throw some ground bait out there. That went far enough. Perfect. Okay, I'll give it a little bit of time with these baits. If we don't get anything, we'll switch back to the original baits of mussel and octopus. See what we can pull off. But I guess this is more like close to Bear Lake, where having the exact setup is pretty important. It's not as forgiving as a place like Oldberg or Seversky. You want to look at the map here? So these are all those little like wooden patio type things sticking out. There's not a boat rental for this place, is there? So you can't like go out onto these islands and fish from them, I'm assuming. Got some more pickle action here. I guess one advantage if you fish in here, if you do get a big fish, you can kind of cut it off at the bridge so it doesn't spool you. Can't go to the islands? Okay. Should be able to swim out there, right? Someone send me a bunch of worms here. I'm afraid to look and see how many it was. Get your worm. Yeah, one too many. We'll appreciate that there, Jolly Stomper. It's a very valuable worm. Try for some algae here. Oh, just a bloodworm, no mayfly larva and algae? Terrible. Amber Lake may be Bear Lake Part 2 for me. I may just need to go back and go to another lake and once happy hour starts and just try to get my, like, bottom fishing is really close. It can get to 60% and get the pop-up unlocked pretty quickly. I'm not terribly far from float, so once happy hour comes around, I'll go back to probably Seversky and try to just get those skill levels up so I can unlock the pop-up rigs. Seems like it's going to be pretty important to have those. Oh, is it happy hour is at a specific time? I didn't really, I thought it was like there was like a 23, 24-hour cooldown from when your last happy hour was. Okay. Well, in that case, well, it's close to nighttime, so I guess, yeah, if I go to Seversky, man, well, I don't think I have enough, I don't have enough money. I think of what I can do for some quick travel fun to get there, because it's what? Yeah, got like 6 silver off. I can go to like Winding Rivulet. Oh, here we go. We got something biting. I have to learn how to read this particular float. I'm assuming I'm not going to wait for it to go all the way underwater. It's going to be like being drugged around. And that feels wrong. Wrong line. Wrong line. I think I missed my opportunity there. And I don't need to go out of your way, Hiko. I'll have to go to Winding Rivulet probably anyways to make some travel funds unless I can get something quick on here. But I did get those 2 common carp, but they are fairly small. I don't think these are going to be enough to make it to Seversky. Bleak and rough. Might be able to fill those pretty quickly. I mean, these common carp, if they're, I'm assuming these are both probably only going to be worth like maybe 2 silver. So once I get to Seversky, I can fill the money out pretty quickly from there. But we did get a bite here, so maybe I'm going to recast this and stick out a little bit longer. Maybe what we can do is give it till about midnight-ish in game. See what it does. If we don't get any hits from there, I appreciate the ATV tickets there. We'll zoom around a bit here. See if we can find a good jump that'll let us get to the island. Ramp off on one of those benches. That should work, right? Yeah, because I know if I go to Seversky at nighttime, there's a spot over there I can get some hits on bottom fairly reliably, and then during daytime the Sigil are still crazy active at the boathouse, so I'll have a decent chance at getting the skill up from there. So let's go ahead and make that trip. Let's go to Winding Rivulet, see if we can make enough money to travel to Seversky and try to unlock the pop-up rigs. Because it does seem like I'm going to absolutely need to have pop-up rigs for this to work. So let's go grab us a few rough and bleak out here. Break my ultralight telescopic rods out for those bad boys. And I also need to go ahead and restock my mayflies while I'm here. Mayfly. Dang. Okay, I'll travel to Mosquito before we go because the mayflies are usually in stock there. VK. Okay, I've heard of that VK spot, VK link before. I've used like the RF4 hotspots forum link, but I haven't been to the VK one yet. I've heard of it, just never used it. So appreciate that. Oh, appreciate those mayfly. Thank you very much. All right, so we've got the rough is 220 gram, bleak is 520 gram. Okay, we can do that. I'm just go right over here to the little dock thing. Rough, we'll do. We switch out to all telescopic here for it. Size hook do I have? Let's bring this down to like a size 20. Put some fly on for the bleak. Actually, this one will do a little bit deeper. We'll put worms on. I'm assuming worms are still pretty good for rough here. And go ahead and throw this out. This one, go down to a size 22. Throw some flies on. And same here, down to a size 22 with some flies. All right, now just need some fish to bite. Don't need too many. Oh, and tonight's tea is Lady Grey. It's an Earl Grey with some citrus tones to it. Very tasty. I may have those set too shallow. It's been a while since I've been out here float fishing. Yeah, 0.75 centimeters should be fine. I did hear a horse. Well, I don't remember hearing that around here. That's odd. Getting a little bit of a nibble there. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Like a bleak. I think that's it. The bleak was what, 520 gram or bigger bleak? Oh, missed that one. Make sure it was 5. I think it was. Yeah. Yeah, I remember the Seversky body record bleak I got earlier today. I think was a 134. Double check that. Statistics. Beak. 124. Not 134. Here we go. Come on, be a rough. Nope, it's a lousy perch. I appreciate that. I'll get that opened up on another tab as well. All right, here we go. Got another bleak, it looks like. Yep. And just get like 3 more of those. We can make our way to Seversky, and then I can get those, get to a relog, get my happy hour, and Start rolling in the skill points, hopefully. Yeah, it's crazy how big of a difference the rig makes, because like the snowman rig is so close to the pop-up rig that you would think that it'd be close enough to be able to at least get some level of buy rate, but it's literally the difference of like really active, and if you don't have the exact setup, it's just nothing. Snowman just doesn't cut it. Nibble there. I know the next big purchase I need to, I guess it's not necessarily a big purchase, but the next thing I need to save up for is the multi-tool so I can start making my own leaders. Fish is, there we go. I say, he just wasn't interested enough. I appreciate that. I think I'm good on the leaders for right now. You're not a bleak, but I definitely want to have the ability to make them in the future, so that way when I need a specific one, I can just make it real quick. Nibbles there on line 1. Come on. Just take the hook. You can do it. There we go. All right. Appreciate that, Six. I'll definitely reach out if I find myself needing some more. Boy, we got them both being nibbled on. Which one's going to go first, red or blue? Oh, not quite committed yet. There it goes. Got another bleak. Excellent. Give me 2 more bleak and we're good to go. Oh, nice. Your first one was 100 to float. Hopefully, well, I'll probably, I'm kind of hoping that my bait harvesting and ground bait gets to 100 first, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to having access to the higher float skill stuff, the Sebulina rigs and bait fishing, all that good stuff. But I'm really enjoying telescopic. Yeah. Oh, missed one on line 2 there. Dang it, you're not a bleak. Are you a bleak? You know, I did find it's not like crazy profitable, but it's a 5. 1, 2, 3. No, wait, one more. I honestly, this past week at Seversky, the Shemaya have been so active that the profit was actually fairly decent. I mean, it wasn't like Volkov or Amber levels, but I was still getting about 150 to 250 or 150 to 200 silver an hour reliably, which was pretty nice. But the big thing for me that I like is that the aside from like I have fun doing it, but also with these ultralight setups, the XP was just insane. Because while like a big Atlantic salmon or something like that gives you a whole bunch of XP for one fish, at the time I was still level 25, so Volkov for me is so spotty. It's like, yeah, it's nice when you get the Atlantic salmon, but you can spend a whole day out there on Volkov and get hardly anything. Yeah, I can see that too. Like once you've won, especially once you've hit level 34, it's like, well, skill points are nice, but I've got access to all the maps, so XP is not nearly as important. But it was pretty nice to get those up there. And I think what I really like about telescopic fishing is it's more challenging. Like you've got to be on top of your game, especially when you're doing multiple rod fishing, because like you have such a narrow window to set the hook. Missed that one. That it really keeps you on your toes, and I think that's a lot of fun for me. trolling by far has been the most profitable activity. I love carp fishing too, but trolling has been the most profitable for me so far. But I just I don't enjoy trolling as much because it is like it's kind of for the most part just roll around and reel it in. It's also why I honestly didn't like. I've done 2 of my 3 trips to the Norwegian Sea, and I plan on trying some different strategies when I got there because just doing the perking with the rental rig, it to me wasn't particularly engaging. It's kind of just drop your line in the water and reel straight up. I know it gets a little more fun once you start getting rigs that you can go after like halibut and things of that nature, but the rental rig where you're just going after small fish, it was a little bit boring to me, to be honest. All right, just barely did the trick there, so I think that should give us enough to go ahead and make the trip to Seversky now. Let me check. Perfect. Now we can go back to somewhere where I can catch fish a little more reliably. All right, so I'm going to travel to Seversky here, and I need to, since it's nighttime, I'm going to have to make a little bit of a trek down to a good night fishing spot. So I'm going to go ahead and roll my once an hour ad break here so we can stop pre-roll ads while I do that. And those of you that are subscribers, no ads for you. Appreciate the support as always. Everyone else, I will be doing a quick relog to activate happy hour and running to the spot during this ad. I will see you all when the ad's over. Do my relog here. There we go. Oh, I just in my hand. All right, so I'm going to head over here to the edge of the 7.3 meter hole. I find that's a pretty good spot during the night to catch a bunch of random bream and occasionally some Donnett's ruff, which is nice. What I was not prepared for is having lightweight bottom rigs set up because I kind of converted them over to my carp rigs, but I can throw one together pretty quick here. So we'll do that spot through the night, and then once the sun's coming back up, I'll head up to the boat dock. And it's not nearly as good as it's been as far as Shamaya and Pontic Shad and stuff, but the Sigil has still been pretty active there, so it should help us get some skill gains while we are in happy hour. All right, so here's the spot I use at nighttime. It is about 42, 131. Go ahead and get these lines out, and I will reconfigure these. They'll be extremely overpowered for what we're doing, but I guess this one's already set up for it, so do that. Really light indicator off of that. Where's it at? Where's the comma? There it is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get the first one cast out, clip of 20 here. And I'm using maggots as bait, so if you use red worm, you get a little bit better bite rate on the bream, but I have found that the maggot tends to have a better bite rate on Donnett's ruff, even though it's still pretty rare. So I've got, how do I set these up? And we've got 2, so this is the one that I'm going to have to repurpose a little bit. Actually, I'll just do this instead of having to reconfigure that. Let's just throw the red stick out there. Move this over a little bit. Go ahead and set this up with a size 20 is fine. Put a maggot on. Set the depth to like 1¼ meter. Oh, you get lamprey at this spot? Appreciate that. Some algae here. So the lamprey here, should I use should I be putting that on the bottom setup or should I be float fishing for those? I've never actually gone after any of them. Bottom? Okay. I'll convert this one over. What size hook do I have on now? Size 22. So I guess go up to like a 16 hook probably. Or should I go with like one of the tiny hooks? Algae there. All right, 22 is good. All right, get that out there. And looks like we got something on this one. White bream. And while I may miss a fish on the float, while it is happy hour, let me go ahead and take advantage of that and make some skill gains here. Gotta love the pickles. We'll do 5 at a time and then check the lines. Movement. Nope, 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 nothing yet. Nope. Who's ringing? Who's ringing? Oh, saving up for them pickles and tea again. All right, well, I've still got plenty of pickles for it. Just gonna play with it there, fish. That fish just wasn't committed enough. Or maybe my maggots just weren't up to its standards. There we go. Now he's on. Like a regular bream, maybe? Nope, another white bream. I'll give me some skill gains in bottom fishing here. And grab some more pickles here. To 41%. 41.2. 3 double gains in a row, like that. 4. Oh, now it's down to a single gain. Going on these. You feel like you've got something. Nope. Guess you're just drifting with the current. Keep at it here. Should be running out of cucumbers here soon. I made enough, or I grabbed enough to make 20 batches here, so should be just about done with this. Nope, nothing. Nothing. Wake up, fish. Come get this tasty food. So, Canadian, do you think there's any other tackle or anything I should work towards for my return to Amber? Because I definitely think that I need to get the pop-up rigs before I go back. There we go. That's the last of the cucumbers there. 42.5. Eh, not too bad. Not too bad. Still not a lot of action here. Get that tightened up. Not you. Do you have something on? Ah, you do have something on. Okay. A river mussel. You pop up if you want to grind for you. Okay. Yeah, I mean, and I do have the car pair rigs that I can try, but if the pop-ups are where it's at right now, I mean, I'm close enough in skill gain that I might as well just try to get that last little bit to unlock those. That way, even if it does shift, if the bottom sinking is most active right now, if it shifts, then I'll have it ready. So it's worth it, I think. Let's see, I think I've got some stuff to make egg dough as well. Did I not buy any? I thought I bought some flour. Dang it. Oh well. Once I'm back to Old Bird for something, I'll buy some more flour. Yeah, and my ground bait's not terrible. Let me see. Do I have some stuff to actually, while I'm in happy hour here and nothing's biting? Let's see. Ground bait. Got some feed. But I don't have any additives on me. Oh well. So I can train that up a little bit further. But yeah, I've got a ways to go for the spa to unlock, so I'm willing to accept using ground baits as an alternative to that before I go back, because I certainly don't want to wait till I get all the way to 80% bottom fishing to go back there, but I definitely need to get to the pop-up rig. You know, this spot is usually more active. I wonder if it's rotated out today. Guess I'll do a little bait scoop action here. One piece of algae. Yeah, it seems like after a week and a half of this being a great, both this and the boat docks being super active, the spots have finally shifted. So I'm gonna have to do some scouting, I guess, and figure out where is more active now. Yeah, spot is supposed to end. Is there any like? Can you use like a cheapo rod for that? Like I've got a couple old rods that I don't even use for anything, like this old feeder rod here. Can I use that as a spot rod, or are there specific rods you have to get for using the spot rockets? You guys have a specific spot rod? Okay. Okay. So I'll keep that in mind. Well, I was hoping to get some bottom skill points here, but not having a whole lot of luck. Hopefully the docks will give me better luck with the feeder fishing. So what about Sura? I still haven't been to Sura or Ladoga. Are those ones that would be interesting ones to check out if I in between getting the pop-up rigs unlocked? Sura's all big fish. Probably not good for telescopic then, I assume. I think Ladoga's got a bunch of little white fish, doesn't it? This is a little bit pitiful here. Sun should be coming up here soon, though, so I can switch over to the docks. Float and jig. Okay. So I guess I can probably have some luck out there. I'm wondering where the Black Sea Shamaya have moved to, because it's been the last week, this spot right up here has just, it's been a crazy amount of Shamaya, and now it's just 0 of them. Still plenty of Sigil there at least, but the Shamaya, I went about 3 or 4 hours today, never caught a single one, whereas before I was catching about 10 a day. Well, I heard a ring, but I guess the fish didn't commit. All right, well, I think the spot's more or less dead. Let's go ahead and head back to the docks and hope that we have much better luck on the float fishing. Get them sweet, sweet skill points. Go. Grab little pickles to fuel us for the run back. I was hoping there would be more to this specialty shop here with the telescopic rods that they offer, but they're not that much cheaper than comparable ones in the tackle shop. I did get the hooks though, some size 16 hooks that I've been using on my ultralights. I don't know that they really help at all, but they were cheap. I figured I might as well. The floats look neat, but they're a little too thin for my liking. All right, here we go. Time to catch some Sigil and hopefully get some skill gains out of it. Get these on my setup here. Hydrate time. You got it. There we go. Good old water. All right, get my size 14 on here. Where's that? There it is. Mayfly. Size 16. Also Mayfly. And another size 16. Another, there it is. Oh. Did I get a 12 one here? When did I get a 12 of that? That's interesting. Don't recall doing that. All right, here we go. Should be getting some Sigil on here before long, and with any luck, with a lot of luck, we'll get to 70% and at least unlock the pop-up rig for the telescopics. That'd be nice. There we go. Where'd you go, fish? There you are. Perch. Bleh. Yeah, still a chance at a skill gain nonetheless. Wouldn't mind some Pontic Shad and Rudd and Terran to bite. Turn the flashlight off here. Hopefully the Citral should start their biting any minute now. And I can begin the inevitable telescopic rod juggle action on this tiny little dock. There we go. There's a Citral. Hopefully some skill gain along with it. Hey, all right, there's 0.1, only 3.5 to go. We're 1/35 of the way there. We can just get some nice double gains back to back. Be happy. There we go, got a nibble. Not quite ready yet. Yep. Another Citral. Hey, and there's another gain to the unlucky 66.6%. All right. We are at an unholy level of float fishing. What is going on? What is taking this Clupinello on here? Yeah, that was probably a Clupinello. They have trouble getting these bobbers down sometimes. Nibble on too. Those of you, I need to once I pull this fish in, I need to adjust the stream description so we don't have anybody popping in expecting to see Amber Lake and wondering what they're looking at. All right, who's going to go down first? Blue or red? Blue. The fish nibbling on red is very indecisive. Oh, no skill gain on that one. Sometimes if they nibble too long, if I pick the rod up, they'll go ahead and take the whole thing. Yeah. Oh, still missed it. Can I get that in time? No, I'm not going to get that in time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and adjust the stream description real quick. Go. So as to not confuse anybody. What we got here? Looks like, ooh, is that a Shemaya I see? Are they back? Hey, they've returned. Excellent. We got a nice little skill gain. I love the XP those guys give on an ultralight. A little pickle action here. Oh, missed that one. pulled up too soon. So those of you just joining, I did take my first trip over to Amber Lake, but was not having a whole lot of luck, and I suspect it was due to lack of pop-up rigs. So I'm back here at Seversky right now, just trying to get a little bit of float and bottom fishing gains because I almost have the pop-up rigs unlocked, but I want to go ahead and get that done before I return, since it seems like that's the way to go. Little tiny citral here. Another skill game, getting pretty close here. Glad to see the Shemaya back, though. I was out here all afternoon and did not catch a single one. I was getting word that they'd left the spot for good on me. Nibble on one. And the way I have these numbered, I've got the white and black bobber is line 1, the red is line 2, and the blue is line 3. You hear me talking saying 1, 2, or 3. It's just referring to which bobber I'm looking at here. Some baby news. I'm guessing it's another Clupanella going after this one. See if I can get it to take the whole thing. No. Probably too big a hook size for it, honestly. All right. Missed that one. Woke my cat up there. Anybody heard that little bit of a grumpy noise? How's Amber treating you, Hiko? Still doing pretty well over there? We got here another citral. Yep, another citral. Come on, skill game. Dang. We have here a little tiny, well, actually, I think that might be a Pontic shad. Yeah, it's actually a pretty decent one, too. Going well? Good to hear, good to hear. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to putting that new telescopic rod to work out there with some of those big carp. It's going to be fun. Today's excellent, a double gain. So we're 3% away from pop-up rigs on the telescopic now. Just need some more of them double gains. We'll be in good shape. A little Pontic shad, but no skill gain. See if I can get a little guest appearance from Lex here. Come here, buddy. Oh, he's not happy. There's Lex. Put him back down. Giving me the, oh, okay. We got a big one on there. All right, I'll replace that hook in a second here. Yep, he was in fact named after Lex Luthor. Decent little tear in there. That's one downside of these ultralights here is occasionally you'll get a big sigil hooked, and sometimes you can guide them in. I wasn't paying enough attention there. I was looking at the Lex, but for the most part, this area is pretty safe. All right, so we got the size, another size 16 somewhere. Yep, you'll have to do for now. The other fun part of telescopic fishing there, at least when you've got something that's too big for your rig, you know right away, and you don't fight it for like 15 minutes only to realize you're boned. You just take the loss right off the bat. No sigil and another game, 2.9% away now. Come on, happy hour. Give me what I need. Iron fish rates, what do 21 fish in the keep net right now. Luckily, all these sigil and shad and shamaya you catch here are usually worth at least like 4 to 6 silver, even as small as they are. So we can make back all the money spent earlier pretty quickly. Come on, there we go. Oh, I missed it. Oh well. Oh, got nibbles on 2 at a time here. Which one? Looks like I can pull this one up. We got a roach. Oh. All right. Well, clearly this is a bad hook. That was a little depressing. I don't know if you guys caught that. That sucker just decided, nope, I'm going back in the water. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull these up and go get a better hook to replace the one that was lost. Yeah, it looks like the same fish that we lost. All right, he decided to go after that one instead. Okay. Decent rud, actually. And this is actually set too deep. This seems to be 0.75. And actually what I'll do, I will change, no, it is on 14, okay. So let me run over to the specialist shop real quick here and grab a hook to replace the one I lost. Yeah, I don't think it was a roach. I think it was a Terran or a rudd. He was like, no, I don't want to be out of the water. I'm flopping back in here. You can take your mayfly. Another one of these bad boys. That's rare to get a fish got away on a telescopic though. Kind of funny to watch. I have to remember to make a highlight clip of that. All right. Get out of here, you crappy express hook. All right, let's hope we don't lose any more hooks now. All right, which one's going to get the next fish? 1, 2, or 3, Hiko? Saw a ripple there on 1. It may have a bit of a nibble. I think it's going to be 2. 2 has been the luckiest one, weirdly. It does seem to outperform the other 2, even though everything but the float color is the exact same. Oh, seeing some movement on 3. There it goes. Got a Ponic Shad. Yeah, little tiny one. Oh yeah, I guess since I'm out here on Subversky after I have a clear minute of nothing biting, I can show the records I caught out here earlier today on the Bleak and Black Sea Shemaya. Oh, I missed it. I pulled up just a second too soon. I'll go and pull the records up here for USA. So we got on Bleak, got me right there on the body record there, and then somewhere down here on the Black Sea Shemaya right here. I think that was on ultralight record here. Yeah, there we go. Ultralight record 486. And an absolute between this and on Oldberg, when I was practicing the new rod, I was getting a bunch of Crucial and Grass Carp ultralight and telescopic weeklies, which was nice. I wish there was a way to just look at what record, like what weekly records you're on at the time. Yeah, I did get the Sigil, I think, was just weekly. It was like it was both, or it was all 3. It was like the weekly Sigil, weekly ultralight, and weekly telescopic. It was a dicey one because it hit on my one of my ultralight setups. All right, take it easy, Canadian. Appreciate the Amber help. We'll hopefully be back there soon with the pop-up rigs to try again. Oh, perch. Get out of here, perch. Don't. Yeah, the last few nights, which that won't be on late tonight, but the last few nights I've been doing some afternoon and some late stuff off camera to try and mostly to try and get the last bit of silver I needed to get that carp-capable telescopic rod. Now that I finally have that out of the way, I can relax a little bit from that. That was a hefty investment. It was like 3,800 silver. Well, I guess the rod was like 3,700, and then the line to go with it was like 100 silver. Come on, take the hook. I bet that's going to be a dace. Yep. You know what worries me about telescopic is that, as far as I can tell, you can repair the handles but not the blanks. So I guess once the blank is gone, like, I don't know, do you have to just buy a whole new telescopic? Or does it let you replace them once it's completely broken? Another perch. It's all rods ivy. I guess with other rods you're able to mitigate the rod damage by having to go to the reel and everything. At least telescopic, it's not a whole lot you can do. I mean, obviously you still want to have the correct setup of your line being lighter than your pole and then your leader lighter than that, but there's no real buffer in between. And we haven't been getting the gains in these last few fish. Still 2.9% away. I really wish they had a telescopic rod where you can swap the tips out to different lengths, so that way you can swap between like one that's boat ready and one that's you can cast from the bank, and not have to have two separate length rods for each situation. Here we go. Nibble, 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 nibble. Come on. Come on. There we go. So Hika, I know you play ESO. Are you a fan of the single player Elder Scrolls series as well? It's that one. So when you played, okay. Yeah, it's personally my favorite is Oblivion. Morrowind and Skyrim are both good. For me, like most people love Skyrim, and certainly like the gameplay is a lot smoother and crisper and I miss that and more modern in Skyrim, but story wise and like the overall atmosphere, the different factions, everything, I think Oblivion beats Skyrim. But I bring it up because Starfield, I guess, is supposed to come out next month, which I don't really care about that game at all, but I'm hopeful that once Bethesda gets it out of the way, they can get to work and announce what their plans are for the next mainline Elder Scrolls game. Another tiny sigil, man. Feeling happy hour. Where's my skill gains? Come on, man. I want that pop-up rig. See, the problem with if it was an MMO, then it's basically just, at that point, it's No Man's Sky. I originally had some tangential interest in Starfield, but with some of the recent announcements, like I guess this of all the plants they have on there, like 95% of them have nothing on them other than just resources. Well, that's Bethesda. You're known for RPGs. That's not a very RPG system to incorporate. Yeah, that is definitely true if you're doing like the Nexus missions. Otherwise, you almost never find people on No Man's Sky. Missed whatever was on too. What do we got here? Little Pontic Shad. Actually, I just a few weeks ago I finally got one of the living ships on No Man's Sky, but haven't done much else with it lately. The game's certainly come a long way from its all the issues and dropped promises it had at release, but it still has a ways to go yet before it's something that most people can have prolonged fun with. Although I will say I do like the storyline. I don't know if the storyline of it is something that was added post-release or not, but I did enjoy the story you go through, the very like meta simulation concept story is pretty cool. But it definitely gets into a very repetitive game loop. Just a nibble here. Come on, give me some more Black Sea Shemaya. Only caught what, two here? Maybe one. I miss when they were the majority of the fish biting here. That was such good XP and money. Just nibbling away at that one, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that's the once you figure out one of those, if you don't tempt yourself, then it will certainly spoil the experience before too long. That's like doing. I'll often put up private servers of various games for some me and some buddies, and finding that right balance of like reducing the grind enough where it's not like super hardcore, but also still gives enough to have to work towards. It's definitely a balance you have to find. Yeah, that'll do it. That's also a big thing with like old school MMOs that you can play private servers of, like finding ones that do the right balance of not being too giving with like the drop rates and everything, but so they still retain some of the reward of accomplishment, but at the same time not like vanilla official server grind levels. So it's a hard balance to find. I'm gonna try tricking this one into taking the. Ah, I missed it. Yeah, Valheim. I plan on doing some Valheim co-op streams with a friend in the future. The because I picked it up recently. I haven't played it yet. I know a good bit about the game, but I do plan on doing some. Yeah, missed that one too. You definitely plan on doing some streams of it. The farming sim, do you like the actual farming simulator, or do you mean like the Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, Story of Season type games? What's that? Looks like another shad. Oh, a dace. Where are my daggum happy hour skill gains? I'm being stingy here. The actual farming simulator. Yeah, I've heard some good things about them. I haven't played any of those myself. I do enjoy like the Stardew Valley stuff. I remember when the first Harvest Moon came out. To dating myself a bit here, but when the very first Harvest Moon came out for Super Nintendo, I was so hyped loved it when it first came out. But um, yeah, those are a lot of fun. If you like Valheim, if you like Minecraft style games, there's a game that's it's not available on Steam, but it's called Vintage Story. It's like Minecraft, but much more in depth. It's really good. It's actually based off of an old Total Conversion mod for Minecraft, and the developers finally said that they just didn't want to keep trying to keep up with the Minecraft engine's limitations, so they just made their own game, and it's really cool. It's like a really, really in depth in all the mechanics and everything. It's a lot of fun. There was something nibbling on 3. I think it stopped though. Yeah, the my go-to series though is definitely still Monster Hunter, so I'm really excited about next month's Tokyo Game Show because everyone's expecting the next mainline Monster Hunter game to be revealed there. Between all the different Monster Hunter games I've played, I've got to have 5,000 to 6,000 hours in that series. We did not get a lot of gains in this happy hour. I was hoping to. Nightingale. I've heard the name. I don't think I've seen much about it though. Like the bite rate's dried up a little bit here. There we go. All right, which one is going to go first? Here. Nope. I was just playing with the blue one there. Another little baby Sitchel. Yeah, definitely looking forward to doing the co-op Valheim stream down the road. Seems like it'll be a pretty fun game. Now lucky number 2 again. Man, did my happy hour end? What's the deal here? I would have expected at least one more game by now. Been like 10 fish or so since we've gotten one. Is there a way to check your happy hour remaining time? Get it? Nope, missed that one. Something's messing with line 2. There we go. Ooh, that's a decent sized sigil there, probably about 700 gram. Ooh, actually almost a kilo. Very nice. Yeah, the one that I got that was like the triple record was like a 1.12, something like that. I can pull it up here. Where you at, Sigil? We're looking at here. SI. There it is. Okay, so that was not the one I caught on the ultralight. I think it was like 1.2, something like that. But it was a triple weekly record, which was nice. Missed it. Another Citral. Hey, there's a game. Just need 2.8 more percent. Yeah, shame that the little Amber Lake trip didn't go as planned, but I mean, that was almost an hour and we got one fish. Oh, very nice. Slowly building it back up. Yeah, it seems like I guess Amber Lake is going to be like Bear Lake, where you have to use the exact right tackle and rig and setup, or it's just not going to catch anything for you. Which is unfortunate. I mean, that's the reason I don't like Bear Lake. So I doubt Amber Lake is going to overtake Seversky as my favorite body of water, but sure it'll still be much more profitable at least once I can actually catch the fish. But it'll definitely be fun seeing the fight for those carp because the capacity on that rod is still only like 21.2 kilo. So it's gonna be dicey. We get some of those 18, 19 kilo carp. Some do okay. Yeah, I mean it'll take some time to learn. I guess it does seem like the pop up system is just or the pop up boilies outperform the sinking boilies most of the time anywhere. But I see nibbles here. Right, there we go. Nope, nope, not ready yet. There we go. It's a chunky perch. Yeah, the fish habits here have definitely rotated because Black Sea Shamaya have become rare and perch have become a lot more common. So I'll have to figure out where all the Black Sea Shamaya have moved to. Perch are just so good, you know. Yeah, I guess what I'm gonna have to do is take a couple of happy hours to just do some hardcore floating bottom bite rate farming. Get those pop-up boilies rigs unlocked and try again. Mystic. I think just about the end of the second hour anyways. I think probably a good time to hopefully get this last fish in. Another all right sitchel there. No skill gain. Okay, let's see if there's any cafe ores we can fill. I don't think we got a big enough days. Nope. Okay. Man, earlier that I had a Donut's Rough that was 97 gram, and there was this cafe order up. I was like, oh, come on, just give me 3 more grams. All right, well, let's take our keep net guess. Man, this is a pathetic keep net. I'm going to say 120 silver. I feel like that's a bit much even. What do you think, Hiko? Sort of by weight here. 107.43, going for an exact number. All right, let's see what we got. Man, this is my worst day on Seversky. Not even 100 silver broken. Ugh. Well, at least I have some spending money again. All right, do a little bait scoop action here, and ready to wrap things up. Hey, got a red worm at least. So I will continue doing some either on camera or off camera happy hours in the next couple of days. Try to get to 70% float fishing and 60% bottom fishing. So I've got access to those pop-up rigs, and then we'll give Amber Lake another try and hopefully have better luck than our first trip out there. But it was a nice looking lake. Enjoyed heading out there. It was 90 silver, Hiko. That was all it was. It was terrible. But yeah, so we'll get that going. I may do a if I see there's any active spots for grass carp on Oldberg, I may do a stream there tomorrow so we can put that new carp rod to the test, because I really want to catch some good carp on that telescopic. But we'll see how it goes. I'll do some research, see what's active, what's not, and play it by ear. But other than that, we'll go ahead and wrap things up here. Hope everyone has a good night and good fishing, and I will catch you all next time. Take it easy, folks.